Welcome to my channel Real Life Wonders. Everyone thought the young woman was just another recruit until she broke the Admiral's grip and hit 6 targets without blinking. No one in that dusty training yard would ever forget the sound that followed. The sound of silence. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. The day had begun like any other on the naval range. The air was thick with tension and salt from the nearby sea. Rifles lined up neatly under the scorching sun. But when Lieutenant Harper arrived, the murmurs began. It was the only woman in the unit. Her weapon, an old, worn M4 with faint scratches, stood out among the polished rifles of the men. The Admiral, a tall, decorated man with silver hair and sharp eyes, noticed her immediately. He smirked, a cruel edge in his tone. "Lieutenant Harper," he said loudly, "is that antique even service ready, or are you just posing for photos today?" Laughter rippled through the recruits, low but cutting. Harper's jaw tightened. That rifle had belonged to her father, a Marine who never came home from his final deployment. She didn't answer. It just loaded her weapon, calm and quiet. But the Admiral wasn't done. He stepped closer, his boots grinding the sand. "Let me see that," he ordered, reaching for her rifle. Her heart slammed in her. Just for a moment she froze, torn between protocol and pride. But then his hand wrapped around the barrel and something inside her snapped. "Hands off my rifle, sir," she said, steady but sharp as steel. The men around them went silent. Even the wind seemed to pause. When the Admiral pulled harder, Harper's training kicked in. In one smooth, lightning-fast motion, she twisted her arm, broke his grip, and stepped back. The rifle came free, her stance perfect. Without hesitation, she turned toward the range and in less than 5 seconds fired 6 clean rounds, 6 targets, 6 headshot. Each one echoed like a heartbeat through the stunned silence. The Admiral didn't speak. He just stared at her, at the targets, and at the power he tried to humiliate. The recruits stood frozen, the laughter long gone. A few even lowered their heads out of respect. But Harper wasn't gloating. Her chest rose and fell as adrenaline faded. Inside, she wasn't proud. She was shaking. She just defied a superior officer. And yet she defended the memory of the man who taught her what a rifle really meant. Later that afternoon, word spread across the base. Some called her reckless, others called her brave. The Admiral, humiliated but silent, left the range without another word. That evening, Harper sat alone on the steps of the barracks, staring at the sunset, turning the sky copper. It could still feel the weight of every eye that had watched her, every judgment, every whisper. Then the crunch of boots on gravel broke her thoughts. She looked. It was the Admiral. He stopped a few feet away, the wind tugging at his uniform. "Lieutenant," he said quietly, "your father was Sergeant Major Daniel Harper, wasn't he?" Her throat tightened. "Yes, sir." The Admiral nodded slowly. "He saved my life once in Kandahar. I didn't realize until I saw the mark on your rifle, the one he used to carve." He took a step closer, his voice low. "You did right to protect it. You would have wanted that." Harper couldn't speak. The same man who'd mocked her hours ago now saluted her, crisp, deliberate, and full of respect. The recruits who saw it never forgot. Neither did she. From that day, they didn't see the woman with an old rifle. They saw a soldier carrying legacy, courage, and quiet fire. Because courage isn't loud, it stands its ground when the world tries to take it away. And sometimes the weapon they underestimate is the one that never misses. If this story moved you, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, would you have stood your ground like Harper did? I'd love to know your thoughts.